Hello, friends. Today we got to have a conversation because it's insane what is happening right now in terms of affordability in the housing market. And I'm working with some first-time buyers who are shopping for an entry-level home in a resort-style community. And the entry-level home is damn near $1 million.
All right, so we went and just checked out some model homes here, right? And we are in Avenir at Avondale, or Avondale at Avenir. But I wanted to ask you some questions because you have waited to buy, right? And you're currently renting. So I'm just curious, what is your mindset? Where are you at? And why are you choosing to buy now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the...
Hello, friends. We are in Avenir, and specifically right now we are going to tour Avondale at Avenir. And I'm working with some clients right now that are first-time buyers, right? And I know a lot of you who are watching this might be first-time buyers. In my market, the entry point in many of these communities is so insanely high relative to other markets and other times in the past that it's almost inconceivable that I'd be sitting here telling you that an entry-level first-time home buyer is buying $1 million home. But that's the reality of what the market is today. And I read your comments. I see some of the stuff that you guys write. And I feel a moral responsibility to step in and tell you the truth, which is if you're waiting for a 98% crash in home values in Florida, well, I hope you're not holding your breath, because if you are, you will be dead. It ain't happening anytime soon. It's probably not happening in our lifetime, which does not mean there won't be distressed sales, which does not mean there won't be opportunity. Of course there will be. And the market will reward the patient, prudent, disciplined shopper, period. But right now, today, with interest rates at 8%, there are first-time home buyers that are out there looking to purchase homes. And I know it's not everybody. I know that my market is different than your market, but the truth is that's where we're at today. And we're in Avondale. We're in Avenir at Avondale at Avenir. So we're a little bit more north than we were previously when we were in Boca Raton at the GL community of Lotus Palm. So different market, different price point, different everything. And we're going to compare and contrast some of what's offered here versus what is offered there. But at the end of the day, here's the main difference. This builder is offering incentives. This builder is offering reduced mortgage interest rates. This builder is offering higher commissions, bonuses to buyer's agents to move products. Well, it's the comparison of two different markets, because as I alluded to previously, in the GL community that is built or is being built very close to this one, so same market, a little bit different in terms of hyper-localness, but different builder, different product, different customer, different everything. And in that community, there's a lottery. You have to win the lottery to potentially have the option to buy the home that you want, which tells me that demand is very different for different product types, even within the same hyperlocal market. Now, this is not a knock on Devosta or Devasta at all. They build an exceptional product. They've built an exceptional community, and this area is up and coming. It's super sweet. So please don't take this as me shitting all over Devasta or this market. It's not. This is an incredible place to live. But full disclosure, the demand is completely different. And the demand for new construction in Port St. Lucie, as an example, is completely different. This is about an hour away from Boca Raton. It's completely different. And as you'll notice in the 360 cam, there's a lot more wide open space. And they're developing like crazy around here in terms of infrastructure, fun things to do, golf courses, PGA, this, that, and the other thing. There's all kinds of great things that are being built to make this an area where you would want to max out South Florida living to the fullest, but it's not Boca Raton, period. So you're going to get a little bit more affordability out here than you would out there. But full disclosure, it's still pricey. you're still paying a premium because that's what the market dictates. The market doesn't care what you think about price. It doesn't care what I think about price. It doesn't care about anything or anyone's opinion about price. It only cares what a ready, willing, and able buyer is prepared to pay right now. And I've read some of these comments. They are so insane to me because when was the best time to plant a tree? Yesterday. When was the best time to buy a house? Well, you could make the argument at any time in history previous to this, but I got news for you. It's the same concept. At some point in the future, am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Anything you buy here in this market is going to trade higher, which does not mean if you have stretched yourself or done something financially irresponsible that you won't get hurt. Of course you'll get hurt. Don't make a stupid business decision that's going to negatively impact your family or your lifestyle. Don't do that. But don't bury your head in the sand and don't be unaware that the market is always right. And the market will always be governed by supply and demand. And I can tell you that this community is on the uptick, period. But we can get you a great deal. I'm going to go inside here, get some more content, showcase what it's like. But please, wake up, people. So we're out here at Model Row at Davasta, I keep saying it wrong. We're going to check out some of these homes, and I'm hoping I can convince my friends and clients to talk about their experience being first-time home buyers and what's important to them, because I suspect it might also be important to you. 99% of the world can't start off and buy a home, get started in real estate, start building wealth in real estate with $1 million starter home. But 99% of the world does not have $1 million to buy their first home. 18 months ago, you could buy a $500,000 home when mortgage interest rates were 3%. And when they were at 3%, your mortgage payment would be $2,100. And in order to qualify for that loan, the bank would do its due diligence, the underwriters would do their due diligence, and you would have to earn $71,000 to qualify for that loan. And right now, workers are fed up. They are striking. They keep hearing about how great the economy is and how great the employment numbers are. The government has been painting a rosy picture as to what the economic status of the country is, and the unions want to ensure that their union members can leverage the alleged strength in the economy in order to keep up with inflation. And good for the unions and good for the workers who are part of that union, but I don't believe those negotiations are going to benefit the workers materially enough for them to have $125,000 worth of income in order to buy a starter home, period. But let's just pretend that everyone qualifies for the loan. They all have enough income. The difference in mortgage payment from 18 months ago to today is insane. A 74% increase. It's $1,500 more expensive per month at 8% than it was at 3%. But the income you must earn to qualify for the loan has increased exponentially. You must earn $55,000 more today than you needed to 18 months ago to qualify for a loan on a $500,000 home. But in my market, good luck finding a $500,000 home because there aren't many of them. And the ones that you find, you probably don't want to live in. And despite everything I just shared, which is 100% true, there are still buyers buying homes in my market. And real estate values, home values, continue to appreciate in my market. And I'm working with a first-time buyer right now who's buying an entry-level $1 million home. But they've saved for years and they're buying cash. So mortgage interest rates are not something that they have to worry about.
But most new home buyers and most home buyers in general don't have that luxury. And if you need to get a mortgage to buy a home, I got bad news for you. Mortgage interest rates are going higher. Get ready for 10% because it's coming. And so are the defaults. So get ready. But make no mistake, the consumer is starting to wake up. Consumer, the homeowners, the property owners are starting to realize that there are things that they must pay attention to that they ignored for a long time. And I can promise you, those who do not wake up and take a hard look at where they're at right now, if they're at risk, are in big trouble. But because you watch this content and because you watch my channel, you won't be, because you'll know exactly what's going on. And if you want to continue to get this free content, well then please subscribe to the channel, because the content is 100% free. I just don't know how long this free opportunity will last.
Check out this prestige. Checked out some model homes here, right? And we are in Avenir at Avondale, or Avondale at Avenir. But I wanted to ask you some questions because you have waited to buy, right? And you're currently renting. So I'm just curious, what is your mindset? Where are you at? And why are you choosing to buy now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the right time to buy in Palm Beach Gardens. There's a lot of movement that's happening, particularly in the state with all the growth. And, you have to basically move north to get something that's at a reasonable price point. We think that this community in particular in Avenir is really great. There's going to be 4,800 homes here, and they're really just starting to build this community. So we think it's a good value time to buy it. And 2 to 3 years from now, it's going to be the place to be, as well as just Palm Beach Gardens in general is expanding.
So I've noticed that a lot of people out there are really concerned about mortgage interest rates being as high as they are. There are a lot of people out there that are afraid that the market might crash. And there's just a lot of people that are sitting on the fence and don't know what to do next. And it seems like you are very certain as to it being right for you at this point in time. I just was curious if you wouldn't mind talking about maybe some fears or concerns that you have in the market, or if you have any.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a fair thing. You buy a house now. There are definitely concerns, right? I mean, there could be a lot of changes in the economy and in the market right now, but I think this area in particular is somewhat insulated from it. There's a lot of movement just coming to the state of Florida, and in particular into this area, and I think that really insulates it. So even if there is some kind of market correction, I don't think you're going to see it here as much as you would in other parts of the U.S. just because of the number of people that are flocking to this area and that are just paying cash for homes, quite frankly. So I think that this market is maybe a little bit different than other places.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So what I tell everyone is it's not It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market, and the best time for anybody to buy a home is when it's right for them. So I appreciate you participating in this video with me, and I look forward to seeing your new home.
Of course.
All right, thanks.
So, you know, the lot that we like is right here, and it faces, you know, this waterway, and then you got a row of trees, and you got, you know, the wall. So as far as privacy, I know we were talking about that earlier. You don't really have privacy concerns facing this way.
Right.
I don't know what they're putting here. Let me see. Yeah, maybe it's some kind of gate infrastructure. I think.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what it is. So they're known for their entrances, so that's going to be some sort of water feature.
That's what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so right here, so you've got 299 on the end, and you got 300. You can actually count the markers. We did this.
Oh yeah.
So if you count the markers. Let's see. It's kind of a little hard to see it, but I think those markers, where the green pipes are.
Yep.
To the right of that is the 301, and then there's a 15-foot space if you can see it on the drawings.
Yep.
And then 302 would be next to that. So I think the two lots are right there, and there's supposed to be a fountain right in front of 301 here, which is one of the reasons why we like that lot so much. I know what the difference is between 301 and 302, that there's a $5,000 difference between them, but we literally don't care. I think we would, if we choose to build a GL, I would be fine with either. I think I'd use the same way. So
yeah, and these are not the most premium lots that exist.
No,
so
they're not.
We've covered a lot of ground today. We have covered many markets that exist, and we covered many builders, many new developments that are up and coming. And now I'm going to give you a brief back of the cocktail napkin analysis. New construction in Boca Raton or Southeast Palm Beach County is likely trading higher. It is likely highly insulated due to many different factors. But if I was buying a new construction home today, I would have zero fear, zero reservation about buying new construction in Southeast Palm Beach County. Because demand is so insane, and because supply and land is so scarce. And Palm Beach Gardens, NGL, and Toll Brothers, and Avondale, and all the things that are going on in Avenir, I think those markets are quite insulated too. I suspect that those markets are highly desirable. They're a little bit more affordable than they are here, and there is still tremendous demand there. Those are insulated markets too. And I suspect a phenomenal option for those who can't afford to buy in my market. But Port St. Lucie is in big trouble. And to be clear, that's not every market within Port St. Lucie, but Port St. Lucie during the last crash got decimated. But much of what I see today, right now in today's market, is exactly the same setup as what I saw during the last housing market crash. And while it's factually true that Port St. Lucie is a great place to live and it is a lot more affordable, builders there right now are in trouble. And it's obvious. They told me so. Port St. Lucie is going to be one of the first markets that takes it right on the chin. Pow! Right in the kisser. And I suspect many of the folks who live in that market are about to feel the financial pain of all the things that are happening right now in the economy. If you want to know what the next markets are within Florida that are at high risk, please subscribe to the channel because I am committed to sharing the truth and letting you know exactly what's happening in real time. So please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, check out my next video because I suspect you will love it a lot. And until next time, peace.